You ever get the feeling that standard barbecue lighters just don't have enough range? Me too. So I made my own. I made a taser flamethrower lighter situation. As you can see, all it is a little taser with a fuel tube going down to a regular, like just some wires and tubes, go all the way down to the device that I made, which is essentially just a taser that's button operated here. And this little fuel tube goes down to a lighter that I can replace. So this little green tube just hooks right onto the lighter there. Oh shit, shocked myself. So yeah, it just sticks on there like that. And then I've got my fuel source. I guess it works well enough. All right, serious question. Why would I build a taser lighter? Because I wanted to light my blowtorch, 5 or 6 feet away. So if I'm burning something that might explode, now I can stand back and get a good 6 feet. So it's a taser on a stick and a tube. So I used a copper wire as support, so I can kind of hold it out. You know what? I'll make another one. Why not? So you get a regular old lighter, just like, one of these guys. And then you get some needle nose pliers, and you just pull that off. All right? Real easy. And the trick to adjusting these lighters to have a bigger spark, you get this little tab right here, and you push it up, and then you move it over to the other side, push it back down, and then you push it over to the side again, adjust it further. Push it back up, over to the side, back down, and slide it over. And now, all I have to do is now stick this lighter in here and just tape it on there, and I have a different fuel source. So that was why I made it that way. So that's all you have to do for the fuel source. The other part of this is this tubing that I used, right? So I went to Home Depot and I got some, I guess it's fuel line. It's really cheap. I got a big roll of like 10 foot for various projects and reasons. And I tried to make a couple different versions of this torch, and I started with a really small one, as you can see. And it works, well enough as a barbecue lighter, but it's not far enough and it doesn't ignite by itself. But I needed to figure out a way to transport the fuel kind of a long range first. And my first thought was actually to use the insulation off of a strand of wire. As you can see, there's some green wire in there. But I still ended up having to use some green wire, and I'll show you why. Let's see, let's cut it right about here. Take the casing off, right? Pull it off of there. And I'll take some of this tubing, and you'll see that the tubing itself doesn't really make a perfect fit on that lighter piece right there, see? Like it's a really loose fit and gas leaks out, but my 14 gauge wire insulation is kind of perfect. The thing is, the butane comes out so quickly that if you hit this, usually it can rocket off and like shoot off really fast. And also, it's a lot harder to get a really long piece of this insulation off of that wire. But if you get some tubing, just some like fuel line tubing, it fits perfectly in there. Don't even have to use any glue or anything. There you go, just kind of jam it in there. And then you take the lighter and you can just stick it right on there. And there you go. So I just did that. That's just like a longer version of it over here on this thing. You get the other half of this wire here, take that green casing, put it on the other side. But then you'll find that if you set this on fire, it starts to melt rapidly, and then it closes that hole that you need for the fuel to escape. And then I got a package of these laptop or power supply connectors, because I was making LED panels and lights, and I needed some of these things, so I ordered some, and I had some laying around. And if you unscrew them, get rid of this plastic piece or keep it for whatever other reasons, maybe projects you have that come up. So you take one of these laptop or LED power supply tips. I'll put the links in the description for all these components that you will need to order. Unscrew it and stick it right on there. Again, it makes a really snug fit. And now you can set this tip on fire and it won't melt and close your hole. So you'll have a permanent kind of little gap there. Take our lighter again. All right, so I'm gonna test the gas flow here. Perfect. And so the next piece of this equation is the taser unit itself, right? I've made lots of tasers on my channel. It's really simple. It's basically a little $2 piece of electronics that you can get on eBay or Amazon. I'll put a link for where you can find these. It's called a 200 kilovolt boost converter. Sometimes they just take a while to ship. And I mean I bought a bunch of these battery housings, but really all you need to do is find a way to connect negative and positive. So I mean all you do is you take you can even do it with a 9-volt battery if you don't want to get any special 18650 cells. In fact, 9-volt battery will work better, but it might burn your device out faster. So all you do is you get these tips close to each other. You get your battery with the negative. I'm gonna hold this on the negative with my thumb and just tap the positive here. You get the sparks. So I use 2 batteries because it's a more consistent spark gap. It makes it spark more often. Essentially all I did was attach it to this button. So the negative terminal on this battery connector that I bought, it's just negative positive and it connects 2 batteries. So negative goes into the boost converter right away. Positive goes through the switch, which makes it switch activated, and then from the switch back to the boost converter. So I cut these wires, right, and then I soldered onto them some 20 gauge blue wire, right, blue stranded wire. So I just soldered those on to extend these wires. I just used electrical tape because I was lazy, didn't want to use shrink wrap for this. That's it. Then the tube goes really long, and then it just terminates right there, and that's really how I made it. So yeah, like a really super easy project. It was a lot of fun, and now I get to burn things far away. So yeah, that was all there was to it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate it, and I'll probably be using this in my blowtorch series to ignite the blowtorches a little bit further away so I can torch some things that are slightly more combustible and things that I wouldn't want to ignite right next to them. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and if you've already subscribed, thank you. If you're subscribing now, welcome to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.